Hey friends, I'm Maya and this is my brilliant sidekick, Professor Pip the Penguin. Today we're standing under this towering apple tree and we've got a juicy question. Why do apples always fall down to the ground? It seems so obvious, but there's a cool science story behind it. We'll explore the mystery together using fun experiments, goofy gadgets, and a sprinkle of cartoon magic. So grab your imagination caps and let's dive into the adventure of gravity. Ready? Let's see what happens when we give this apple a gentle nudge. We'll meet new friends, discover invisible forces, and maybe even meet the gravity gnome himself. By the end, you'll know why every apple, feather, and even you are glued to Earth's surface. Let's start the journey. First experiment, I'm holding a fluffy feather in my left hand and a solid rock in my right. I'm going to drop them at the same time. Watch closely. The rock plummets straight down while the feather drifts lazily, floating on the breeze. Why the difference? It looks like the feather is being slowed down. Is it because it's lighter, or maybe the air is playing tricks? That's what we'll find out. Stay tuned because the next test will reveal a secret hidden in the air itself. Professor Pip explains. He says the invisible air around us isn't just empty, it pushes against objects, and we call that air resistance. The feather, being light and flat, feels a big push from the moving air, which slows its fall. The rock, heavy and compact, cuts through the air with hardly any resistance. Think of it like trying to run through water versus running on a solid floor. Air resistance makes lighter things fall slower. But what if we could take the air away? Let's find out. Here's the big reveal. We've built a shiny vacuum tube. Inside, there's no air at all, just empty space. Maya places the feather and the rock side by side and we close the doors. Ready? They're released together and look. Both the feather and the rock fall at exactly the same speed, landing at the same time. No air, no resistance. This shows that without air, every object, no matter how light or heavy, falls together. So what makes them fall in the first place? That's where gravity steps in. Now Professor Pip pulls out his magical gravity goggles. He says gravity is an invisible force that pulls everything toward the center of the Earth, like a giant invisible hand. Think of it as a gentle tug that never lets anything float away. This pull works on the apple, the feather, the rock, everything. That's why the apple on the tree can't stay up forever. Gravity keeps pulling it down. But why does the apple stay on the branch until it's ready to fall? Let's explore that next. Maya imagines gravity as a friendly purple giant with big, gentle arms wrapping around everything, trees, apples, even us. This giant pulls them toward the ground with a soft, steady force. No matter where we go on Earth, the giant's pull is the same, keeping us safe on the ground. It's not a monster, it's just a helpful, invisible friend. And the stronger an object's mass, the tighter the giant's grip. That's why a heavy rock feels a stronger pull than a light feather. Ready to see this giant in action on other worlds? Our adventure takes us to a whimsical space playground. We have 3 planets: tiny moon with low gravity, Earth with just right gravity, and massive Jupiter with super strong gravity. Maya drops a bouncy ball on each. On the moon, the ball soars high and stays in the air longer. On Earth, it bounces normally. On Jupiter, the ball barely leaves the ground. This shows that gravity's strength changes from planet to planet. The bigger the planet, the stronger the pull. So the apple would fall slower on the moon and faster on Jupiter. Gravity is truly a universal force. Time for a rocket experiment. Maya builds a tiny cardboard rocket and places a small apple inside. When they launch it, the rocket shoots upward, but the apple inside feels the pull of gravity trying to bring it down. The rocket's thrust pushes it up, while gravity constantly pulls the apple down like a tug of war. This demonstrates that gravity works on everything, even when we try to lift it. No matter how high we go, the Earth's pull is always there, keeping us anchored. Let's meet someone who can explain more about the difference between mass and weight. Enter the gravity gnome, a tiny green sprite with a twinkling beard. He holds a scale and a sack of stones, and he explains that mass is how much stuff is inside an object, while weight is how hard gravity pulls on that mass. The apple's mass stays the same everywhere, but its weight changes on different planets because gravity's pull changes. The gnome draws a simple picture: mass equals amount of matter, weight equals mass times gravity. Easy, right? Now we'll see gravity's power in a big, bouncy finale. For the grand finale, we set up a giant inflatable trampoline in the meadow. Maya holds a huge plush apple, ready to drop it from the sky. When the apple lands, the trampoline stretches like a rubber band, then snaps back, catapulting the apple upward, showcasing gravity's pull and the trampoline's bounce. The apple goes up, slows down, then falls again, pulled by Earth's invisible hand. It's a playful dance of forces. This spectacular experiment proves that gravity is always there, pulling everything back down after a fun bounce. Let's recap our gravity adventure. We learned that without air, all objects fall at the same speed thanks to gravity. Air resistance can slow things down like a feather. Gravity pulls everything toward Earth's center, and its strength varies on different planets. Mass is how much stuff is inside an object, while weight is mass multiplied by gravity. We met the friendly gravity gnome and saw gravity in action with rockets, balls, and trampolines. Remember, the invisible giant called gravity keeps us safe on the ground and makes apples fall. Thanks for joining our gravity adventure, friends. Maya waves goodbye, holding the juicy apple, and Professor Pip waddles off with a cheerful "see you next time." Keep asking questions, trying experiments, and exploring the wonders of science. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun cartoons and science discoveries. Until our next adventure, stay curious and let the magic of learning lift you, just not too high because gravity's got your back. See you soon.